It's Mason, aka Cough Drop, and welcome to my podcast. We hope you enjoy your time with us and come back again soon. I'm glad you're here, bro. It's been a good time to see you, man. How long have we been friends?
What, third grade?
At least.
Years.
At least.
Years.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Cough Drop, back again for another episode. I got my man's Ryan here with me today.
What's up, guys? It's good to see you.
My boy, we've been homies for a very, very long time, so I'm really glad he could come on the show, and we got a lot planned for you. It's gonna be a good time. So, tell us a little bit about yourself, Ryan.
23. Been friends with this dude for quite some time. We've done a little bit of reckless things together.
Everything together.
It's weird having a camera in front of you, actually. This takes a little bit of practice. You know, this is the stuff that they don't talk about whenever they're doing podcasts. It's a lot more different when there's an actual mic and camera in front of your face.
Yeah, no, facts. Do you think actors, like, in today's world, do you think they have this the first time?
100%. If they didn't have it like this for the first time, I would be shell-shook.
What was I talking about earlier today? It was Ben Affleck and what was the other guy? Matt Damon.
Okay.
They created their own movie, and that's how they got famous. Like, they were just like us, and they wrote their own movie.
Was that
played
the movie,
in it and became famous.
Was that the movie where he was the genius? Wait, that wasn't with Matt Damon.
It was Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, I know for sure.
I was thinking of the one with Leonardo.
Oh, DiCaprio?
Yep.
Yeah, he's fire too. Who's top 5 actors?
All right, Adam Sandler is for sure up there.
Okay, I respect that.
This is a tough one. There's just so many good ones.
All right, so you give one, then I'll give one.
All right.
So I say Samuel L. Jackson.
That's a fucking good one.
Isn't it?
Will Ferrell. He's always going to be a good one.
Will Ferrell, yeah. Sir Christopher Lee, the guy who plays Count Dooku.
Okay, that's a good choice. That's a good choice. Denzel's one of my favorite.
Denzel, yeah, he's classic.
I don't think he's ever made a bad movie.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman, he's like a GOAT actor.
You know, it's almost like whenever I picture what God is, just because of all the movies he's been in, I get an image of a man that looks kind of like him.
I think Shawshank Redemption is my favorite movie from him, though. That was tough.
That's a 10 out of 10 movie.
10
if you
out of
haven't
10.
seen that, you should definitely watch
10
it.
10 out of 10. Shawshank Redemption.
Every single part of that movie is so powerful.
It's
just see how much smarter he was than everyone.
Yeah.
And he was just innocent the whole time.
I just can't believe, like, at the ending, bro. Like,
his get back, phenomenal.
Yeah, he got the hell out of there.
Oh, my God. His get back was phenomenal. If I had his intelligence, I'd probably do something along those lines. But I'm nowhere near that smart.
Oh, Avatar: The Last Airbender, that's a fire show.
God himself wrote that.
I don't really watch, like, the cartoons, like, close to the anime stuff. I don't really like most of that stuff, but Avatar is fire.
It is. It's the power behind it, all of the hidden messages, the things it stands for, the things it teaches. I know it's just a show, but it has a lot of really good advice it can give you through life.
Yeah.
If you sit back and genuinely watch it, yeah.
There's a lot of good shows from when we were younger, bro. The show today, the popular one today, Coco Melon.
God, I hate that show. I hate that show so much. It's my daughter's favorite show. I can't stand it. I understand why they like it. 100%. It's fast. It's got a lot of flashy stuff on it, but God, it's so annoying. I hate it so much. I really do, bro. They knew what they were doing when they made that. They knew what they were doing when
Coco
they made
Melon,
that.
man. That's the thing. That's what's in. Okay, here's a big topic for you. Because this is, like, of prime importance to me. Like, this is a big deal. Okay. And, like, for at least the people that I live with in the same household. All right. And when I was in Hawaii, I lived in a house with a bunch of people, with 2 of the homies and his wife, and that was fun.
Okay.
But when I was there, and my girlfriend now, we were on the same page about this. So whenever I came here and people said otherwise, it was shocking to me. But subtitles in movies, I have to have the captions on.
They need to be on.
Thank you.
Anything other than that is disgraceful. Bro, absolutely.
Oh, my. watching movies with no subtitles. It drives me crazy.
I snack a little too loud. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I drink too loud. Yeah, I need subtitles on. Sometimes the dog snores.
When you're watching movies at home, it's not like you're at the theater.
Exactly.
Like, you have stuff going on, like people coming in and out maybe.
It's
like
not
you said,
on
pets.
100.
No,
yes, it's not on 100.
Your whole focus is not on the movie. It can't be. I mean, you can try your best, but you're at home. Like,
you got a cat purring on your lap or something. There's a lot of variables going on.
Exactly.
They need to be on.
Thank you. Because I was at my dad's for dinner, and he was saying, like, he can't stand it. And I'm like, man, he tried to say, oh, that's a millennial thing. Like, millennials love the subtitles. I don't know if he's right or not, but I can't go without him.
And they say we're dumb. They can't watch and read at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I can't stand to watch TV without it.
Yeah.
But, see, I did watch a lot of anime.
Did you?
So I had to be able to read subtitles and watch. And I just can't stand it without it.
True.
Yeah.
True.
It's hard to watch Dragon Ball Z or
yeah, I was gonna say Dragon Ball was
that.
your favorite, huh?
It really was.
I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and they made 10 or something anime episodes of Star Wars.
Really? Is it on Disney Plus?
It's on Disney Plus, but they were like short stories. Like each
about like side characters.
Well, it was all made up, like not canon. But it was just with the Star Wars like blessing to like make it Star Wars themed.
Okay.
And there was some cool stuff. I mean, I just thought some episodes were just straight trash, though. I ain't gonna lie. And I don't know if that's because I don't like anime. I mean, I watched the whole thing through, but I was just like not impressed.
Yeah, but you always like those Star Wars TV shows whenever we were kids, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
So yeah, maybe it was just some of the shows were just genuine shit then.
Yeah, that's true.
I tried to get into those so bad. I watched like 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I couldn't keep going anymore. It's not that I didn't enjoy it.
I feel that.
My comfort shows were calling back, so I was like, yeah, okay. All right, let's go home.
What are your comfort shows?
Only the greatest shows of all time. All right, coming in at number 1, we got South Park.
Oh, yes.
Coming in at a strong number
Park.
2.
Love South Park.
The Regular Show.
I think I've seen it, but I haven't watched it all that much.
Mordecai and Rigby are wild, my boy. And coming in at a strong number 3, Adventure Time.
Yeah, I remember you liking that one a lot.
Those 3 shows are the greatest thing to ever be invented of all time.
I think for me, my comfort shows, I've been watching a lot of Alone. Have you seen that?
Like Home Alone or?
No. It's just called Alone. They got it on Hulu, but excuse me. Basically, it's like a game show, but it's like real life. So it's about survival.
Okay.
So basically, they'll take 10 people, and they'll drop them off in the wilderness, like completely separated from each other, and they give them cameras, and it's legit, bro. It's not like made up, as far as I can tell. But they'll put like 10 people out there in the wilderness with cameras, and they get to select 10 tools to bring with them, and that's it. And so they have to try to go as long as they can, but they can tap out at any time. But the catch is the last person standing wins like $500,000.
Are they allowed to link up with each other if they meet with each other?
They never do. They put them like 10 miles apart.
Oh.
Like they're alone, bro.
Man, I could never do something like that.
Yeah, because they were hosting it up in like Alaska. They had one in Vancouver Island, Patagonia, and they did one in Asia somewhere, Mongolia.
I could never do something like that, and I'm conscious enough to admit it. I would get mauled so quick by life out there. I don't think people understand how great we have it here in society. I would get tore up by some wild berry that I would be like, yeah, I'm cool to eat this, or some little insect would come up and destroy my ass. Like, I would get mauled quick. There would be absolutely nothing I'd be able to do out there. I tip my hat to anyone that has the courage to do that. Let me ask you this. What 10 tools would you take?
That's a good question. Watching the show, I mean, I was in the Army for a while, and I went through a couple schools that was kind of like that, survival. Not like that, but like survival techniques.
Yep.
And, I love being outdoors. I love to hunt. And I was thinking like, I think it would be very exciting to try to put my skills to the test to do that.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I would do it though. Like that would be incredibly hard.
Yeah.
Like 10 tools and you're just alone.
Out there.
Cause I mean, yeah, like getting the food, you know, trying to fish, trying to hunt with whatever you have, that's a lot of work. But for me, is like just the fact of strictly being alone.
Yeah.
Like I think that humans are made to be social creatures. And just sitting out there alone in the wilderness would totally mess with my psyche too much to even be worth it. But anyway, back to your question. So 10 tools. I would definitely bring some type of fire starter. So like a ferro rod. You know, I'll probably bring a ferro rod because that'll last a long time. It's like the flint and steel.
Yep.
An axe. Need firewood. Have to have firewood. And
making valid points.
Without it, you're screwed. Have to have firewood. Definitely cordage, some type of cordage like 550 paracord, because inside the rope of cord itself, there's like 5 individual lines inside the 550 cord.
Oh no shit.
Mm-hmm. And so you can make a shit ton of nets and ropes and tie things together with that 550 cord. So I'd bring a huge spool of that. After that, I don't know. Tarp. If they don't we give you one already, probably a tarp.
Do you get supplied with clothes? That's the real question.
Just what you wear. Just what you wear, I think.
Do you get a few days to get yourself ready if you're going to like Antarctica or some shit like that?
Oh yeah, they know like months in advance.
Oh, okay. So they get to train their bodies.
You can apply anytime online, and they have however long they give them to prepare. But I know this one guy, he was on the show, and he like his wife or something like just had babies, like just had twins or something crazy. And he was out there and he couldn't take it and he tapped out and was gone.
Yeah. Yeah, that's rough. Being out there in the middle of nowhere, having no one there to help you out, build a camp, a fire, find water so you can boil it, so you can drink it, hunt food, gather firewood. Like, there's a lot going on to do just all by yourself. I agree with you. Humans are meant to run in packs.
Yeah.
Yes,
totally.
You're a community animal for sure.
Can you imagine living like that full time? It's no wonder they didn't advance as quickly because you're spending all your time trying to stay alive.
Yes.
Imagine if you plucked someone from those times and dropped them in Times Square today.
They would lose their shit. Fist would be thrown. People would be beat up. Yeah, no, it would not happen. They were just not sophisticated things back then. They were still fighting for food. You can't just stop at McDonald's. They had to go find some gazelle, chase it down for 30 minutes.
Just the fact of like how easy it is in society today. Like you literally don't have to do shit for food. No effort.
$3.
And walk down the road or drive down the road to McDonald's. Give the cashier. You don't even give him anything. You just wave plastic at them.
Some made up.
Just wave plastic. It's all numbers that we can't even see, but it's there.
Yep.
And then you get fed.
It's crazy. And you know what?
Full meals.
There could even be nothing in there. And it could go negative, and you could have less money in there than 0. And they'll still
feed you.
If it goes through. What a crazy time to be alive.
Seriously. I mean, because you watch this show, and these people are trying to be out there fishing, and they're losing weight, man, like grossly fast. I wouldn't want to do that to my body either. I mean, I'll bring a sleeping bag probably. Another one of my items.
That's a good choice.
Another one of my items.
That's a good choice. I would have forgotten all about that.
Because I'm not trying to sleep on just the ground or sticks or having a sleeping bag. That'd be a huge morale boost too. Like at the end of the night, coming home and laying in your warm sleeping bag.
Yep.
You know?
That you've been carrying around with you all day so you know nothing's been in it. It'd be beautiful. That'd be the thing you look forward to at the end of the day. To lay down on the uneven ass ground.
Yeah.
In your sleeping bag. People are worried about fucking getting the new PS5.
You talk about going to sleep.
And someone's out there rejoicing.
For a sleeping bag.
Yes.
For a sleeping bag, bro. I got a whole bed. You know? I got 2 beds. I couldn't even imagine that. I don't know what I would do.
No.
Which it makes me think, like, dude, if Or if you took someone from today's times and plucked them and put them back in the old times, how do you think that would go?
I give them 72 hours max before someone beats the fucking life out of them.
Or they get eaten by
Yeah.
some crazy animal
Yeah.
that's yet to be discovered.
Some 20-foot long lizard creature just comes up and feasts on one of the
Can you imagine
community
being the
people.
first person to see an alligator? Or something, one of those crazy animals? You'd be like, what the heck is that?
And then trying to run, and you realize this 600-pound lizard
chasing you?
creature is faster than you, and it's going to rip you in half in one bite. That's crazy.
No, screw that. I would not want anything to do with that. No. It's just really crazy, bro.
No. Yeah, people say nature is beautiful, and don't get me wrong, it really is, but nature is fucking
intimidating.
Horrifying.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely horrifying.
It really is. I mean, you see it all the time, like, storms, everything. Like, oh, man, that storm that came through around Christmas.
This year?
It was like on a Thursday where it got like super cold, like negatives.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. I mean, you saw how that came in quick.
It was rough.
Imagine having a sleeping bag for that.
Hey, man, at least you got that uneven ass ground to lay on.
Could you even survive that?
Hey.
If you were outside in a sleeping bag in that weather, maybe with a fire.
Maybe. I'll tell you what, that's probably why you see homeless people running in crowds when it gets cold out.
Yeah.
They gotta cuddle up
Penguin
to
huddle.
keep each other. Yeah.
Penguin huddle.
They probably do, bro. That's literally the only way they could survive. You would probably freeze to death.
Oh, yeah.
I for sure would. And I'm fatter than you.
Yo. Ain't no way. All right. Would you rather be stuck in the desert or the tundra?
For sure, the desert.
Really?
No question asked, bro. I can't stand being cold. I have 5 metal rods holding my right hip together. I can't stand the cold. I can barely move in the cold. Back when I was like 300 pounds, I'd probably say the cold, but no. I'm picking the heat.
The heat?
For sure.
See,
I might go crazy from the heat and everything, but at least I'll have a friend along the way. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like my first reaction would be I would rather go to the heat. Because, I mean, being in the Arctic is just horrible.
Miserable.
But it would depend where I was at. If I was in, like, some type of wooded area, maybe.
Where the winds aren't as harsh.
Winds aren't as bad because if there's woods, there's probably animals, which means there's food. And if there's wood, there's also firewood. But if I'm, like, Antarctica on the middle of a glacier, no. I'll go to the desert instead.
Yep. I can find a cave to hide under whenever it's, in the middle of the day at its hottest point to take a break and rest a little bit so I can walk throughout the night.
What about, like, scorpions in the desert?
I was taught judo by Steven Seagal, so I would just kick those fuckers' ass. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'd probably get beaten the fuck up by those bad boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd rather go crazy from the poison than freeze to death.
You know you can freeze to death in a desert at nighttime.
Oh, at nighttime. I do forget that it gets that cold there.
It's crazy.
It doesn't make sense. It's like the Midwest on steroids.
Midwest weather is kind of annoying.
Yes, it is. The Midwest overall has done us fairly okay.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at fairly okay.
Fairly okay. It's a simple life.
It is.
When I left Hawaii and I got my orders to go to Kansas, I was like sad. I was like, Kansas? Seriously? Because I wanted to go to Texas or DC or something on the coast.
That would have been fun.
They sent me Kansas. I was like, man. And I went and it was fine and it was just like we said, just okay.
Fairly okay. Nothing too much to do. Every once in a while it'll treat you for a surprise and you're driving one day and the corn's 2 foot and the next day miraculously it's 4.5 foot. It doesn't really make sense.
If you could choose anywhere to live.
Dubai. It's where the money's at. Even if I'm a homeless person there, I would figure out a way to communicate with the rich people. And if I just communicate with them and say, hey, I'm taking pictures of cars, can I get your email? to send you a picture of it. Now I got one of the richest people in the world's email. I would for sure go to Dubai. I could figure out some ways to make money quick there.
Yeah.
Yep.
You talk about Dubai a lot. I've looked into it some. I've only seen like, the pictures of the crazy stuff they're building there.
Yep.
I mean, I saw that. What was that? That sand thing they did. It was like this huge bay, and they built like this ground to make this like strange circular shape with like. You didn't see that?
No.
Huge sculpture or this huge like, whatever it is, in the water, and it's got like sand structures built. They're trying to build like hotels and shit on it.
Dubai is on some shit, bro. They really are.
What's that giant tower they have? Burj Khalifa?
I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I don't know much about anything that's going on over there.
I don't either.
But yeah, that's what I do know is I would definitely go around an area like that to make some serious money. I think it'd be the easiest way because you know everyone there, even if they're on vacation and don't live there, they're spending some bread to get there.
Oh, yeah.
So they have to have money, even if they're from England or America or Mexico or Russia, Romania. Like, it doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
They got money.
Yeah.
As long as I can get some form of contact information, I could probably get somewhere. I'm useful in some aspects.
Yeah. When you see those stories of people that build a business and just boom.
Yeah.
And are just rich. Like, I started in my garage or whatever else. And I'm just like, that's just crazy to me. Like, you know, good for you. How can I do it, you know?
Yeah. I think really what it is, if you get people with the same mindset-driven goals and you get them to live together, you know, some dangerous things can really happen, but dangerous in a good way.
Yeah.
Things can happen in a matter of a year. You know, if your guys' idea is to get stronger, make more money, and to become more financially free, in a year that will for sure happen. You may not be the richest, you may not be the strongest, or you may not be the most free financially, but you're going to be a lot more free and stronger than what you were that year.
Exactly.
And 3 men competing against each other, that can do a hell of a thing for those 3 men.
And really what it comes down to, I think, is how, like we said earlier, humans are designed to be social. I mean, that's just straight teamwork.
Yep.
That is teamwork 101.
Yep.
And that's why I think, like, playing sports for kids is so crucial. I mean, you and I both played, and it wasn't even, like, something that we thought about doing. It was just something we did. Like, we like to play sports, and we always played football together.
Yep.
For how many years? Over 10 years, I'm sure. And at least over 10 years.
Oh, yes.
And it kind of teaches you those lessons of, like, teamwork from the early age. Like, if you do what you're supposed to do to help out your buddy, it's going to work.
Oh, absolutely. You never see just one person and one team be filthy rich. It's always a team of dudes that have networked together to get the shit figured out.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's never just one dude. Someone's always got a buddy who knows how to implement the idea better in a cheaper way, and he's willing to get in and get his buddy in who knows how to work the tax system better, so that way they don't have to pay Uncle Sam as much, and that way they can have more of a revenue return. Like, no one can do it on their own.
No.
There's always a team.
All right, important question going back to what we were talking about earlier.
Let's hear it.
With Avatar: The Last Airbender, if you could have any of the abilities, which one would you choose?
Oh, you know, I am going to have to go with Earth.
No.
I think it's hard to do anything other than that. Like, granted, you could go with... All of them are very OP, but look at Toph, bro. If you master that shit, who's going to put up a fight against you? Who? Nobody.
I say air.
Air? Hey, it's hard to compete with that. It really is.
Well, I'm not going to lie. Ground is probably my close second. So I can't really say it's a bad choice. I think that water is people say, oh, you can blood bend, but like...
Do you know how powerful you have to be to do that? Regular Joe Schmoes that are picking that are not going to be powerful enough to do that.
No, not a chance.
Yeah.
So I say air.
That's a good one. Is it because you can manipulate it to fly?
You can
or because
fly,
it's all around
you can jump around, you always have it. I don't know if you saw that Legend of Korra.
Oh, dude, she's badass.
Yeah, I loved how they put new airbenders in there, especially the airbender villains of here. He was tough. He was
Dude.
tough.
His abilities to
Fly.
free his mind and become a true airbender. I don't like the story writing. I think he was written a way too OP too fast. This man
Yeah.
was just reading in prison for years and was a master. I do like it.
What if he
Just
was
so OP.
like he studied all the techniques while he was in prison, so that way whenever it happened, he already knew what to do.
You know, I'm so simple-minded. I didn't even think about it like that.
It could have.
He for sure could
I
have,
mean,
bro.
what do people do in prison?
Work out, do technique stuff.
Hey, they have books.
Bro, you're right. I didn't even think about it. Maybe this man, because he was getting delivered books in there.
Yeah.
So I think you're right. He was a good villain. If you guys haven't checked that out, you really should.
Yeah,
it's
you're
a
missing
10
out.
out of 10. The whole entire series, Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra.
Well, you know,
Beautiful.
Dave Filoni, he was one who kind of did Avatar: The Last Airbender. He made the Clone Wars for Star Wars. And, yeah,
Really?
and him and Jon Favreau did Mandalorian together. Do you know who Jon Favreau is?
I don't have a clue.
He did the Marvel movies. Like the Phase 1, he was Happy.
Really?
He played the character Happy.
Okay. That's cool.
That's Jon Favreau.
That's cool.
And so him and Dave Filoni made The Mandalorian, which is by far, I think, the best Star Wars show ever.
I haven't even checked it out.
It's incredible.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
You said the best Star Wars show, so it's not better than any of the movies or anything like that.
Din Djarin is one of my favorite Star Wars characters.
Who?
That's the bounty hunter.
Oh.
That's his name. That's his actual name.
Okay.
They call him Mando, but his real name is like Din Djarin.
See, I watch Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I'll sit there, but you make me feel like a moron when it comes to talking about Star Wars. This is your absolute specialty. I would love to see you go toe-to-toe with anyone about Star Wars because you just know so much about it, bro. I would sit there with my little score point keeper against you and the creators themselves to see who knows more about Star Wars.
Hey, I love me some Star Wars, man. I do. And there was one time where someone tried to challenge me on Star Wars knowledge. It was at a tattoo parlor. I was getting a tattoo. And this old dude, this ex-Marine, of course, he was talking about Star Wars, and I was talking about Star Wars, and of course he tried to, like, challenge me, and I was like, well, what's up? Like, you're gonna get smoked. Like, I do this. Like, I read books about Star Wars. Like, I play the games. I watch the gameplay. Like,
Oh my god.
I don't know why, and there's very few things I'm this passionate about, but football's one of them. And then Star Wars, I love it. I can't stop watching it. Even if I've seen it 1,000 times, like, let me put it like this. Anytime someone comes up to me that I become friends with and they say they've never seen Star Wars, I feel like it's my duty to show it to them and to explain it to them. Like, I love Star Wars. I love Star Wars.
It's his duty. This man could go on for days, maybe even weeks about Star Wars.
Well, I could do an entire podcast solely about Star Wars. I mean, I love it. I got the sign back there.
Some jerk just had to take it down.
All right, moving into a new segment, this or that. So I'm going to give you some options, one choice or another, and you have to tell me.
Bet.
All right, deep sea diver or skydiver?
Fuck, both of those sound horrible. A sky.
You rather skydive?
Skydive, yeah, because if something fucks up, I'm going to die almost instantly as soon as I splat on that ground. But if I see some giant orca whale coming after me, I'm just gonna have to sit there and accept it, and sit there and slowly be digested by some giant whale. Yo, did you know that turtles can carry semen in their body for up to 20 years? So
What?
Yeah. This is true. So if they're in harsh living environments, they will keep that sperm good to go in their body for 20 years.
Why?
I guess it's just like a natural defense mechanism. Like if they know that they're in bad environments where they're not allowed to, or where it's not a good idea to lay eggs, they'll just keep that seed alive in them for 20 years.
20 years?
Up to 20 years.
And what do they do with it?
They just keep that sperm buried deep up in them. And then whenever they're in safe living environments, they'll let their eggs get fertilized and shit, and they'll lay their eggs.
What?
Yeah.
We see this in the History Channel or something?
You know, I can't recall where I've seen it, but I think it was actually the Joe Rogan podcast.
I love
So
I'm
almost convinced that it's an absolute fact.
Probably.
Because they cite their sources quite a bit.
He'd be like, Jamie, look it up.
Yep, I don't believe that's horseshit. But yeah, no, someone was talking about it, and I thought that was the most insane thing I had ever heard. Could you imagine? You get a call from a crazy ex 20 years later, and she's like, "Hey, bitch,
Found a spot.
I found a spot."
What?
And you're like, "What?" And she's like, "Yep, I kept it. I kept it deep up buried in me. I'm having your kids. I'm taking 20%.
Oh, the females hold it in them for 20 years.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep.
I thought you meant the males.
No,
Not the males, the females.
the females. She calls you up. Hey, I'm gonna come and take 20% of your paycheck. I know you're happily married. This was 20
Ain't
years
no
ago.
way.
And she's like,
20 years?
Yeah, bro.
20 years?
I would be so fucking mad, bro.
Oh.
20
I thought you was talking about the males.
No.
I was like, oh, I guess that's cool, but.
No, my bad. I should have explained it a bit more. But yeah, they'll keep that shit built up in them for 20 years.
Oh, my.
Wait till it's safe living environments. No, man. What man is going to wait 20 years to bust a nut, bro?
Oh.
Ain't no man waiting 20 years to bust a nut. But I'll tell you what, she's going to wait 20 years to fuck him over.
Wow. That's crazy. That's really hilarious. That's crazy. I can't believe that.
Man, it's wild. Turtles. Crazy.
Yeah, if humans could do that, that'd be bad news.
Horrible news. There wouldn't. Hey, I'll tell you what. It'd make males be way more responsible.
Way more. I mean, 20 years is a long time, man. Like,
we are just now in the beginning
We're in our
/
20s.
mid-20s,
we're in our
bro.
20s. Like,
Could you imagine your pops getting called?
at my 28th birthday.
And was like,
Hey.
hey, you're going to have a new
You have a
son.
son.
You're going to have a new brother.
No thanks. All right, back to this or that.
Oh, yep. Sorry, that was a major sidetrack that we had there.
We're going to stick on the same theme, I suppose. So, hot air balloon or submarine?
Hot air balloon. I fear the ocean like no other.
Me too.
I fear it like crazy.
Me too.
All right. Let me get one real quick.
All right.
Burn your tongue from a hot cup of coffee.
Hmm.
Or burn your fingertips, all of them.
Tongue.
I'm with you on that, actually.
Tongue.
I hate having my tongue burnt.
Yeah,
You lose
but
your
my
taste
fingers,
buds.
That's painful. You actually you can have your tongue just chilling, but your fingers, you got to grab stuff all day.
That's fair. All right, that's fair. That was a stupid one. I guess I didn't really think that through.
All right, I'm gonna keep it simple. Cake or brownies?
Brownie, no questions.
Yeah, I agree. Ice cream or fudge or ice cream or frozen yogurt?
Ice cream. Not big on a frozen yogurt.
What is that? Frozen yogurt.
Not for me.
The first time I had frozen yogurt, I thought it was ice cream.
Mid.
And I got this ginormous scoop of it with chocolate, and I put like chocolate chips and sprinkles, and I ate it, and it was good, but it wasn't like I wanted ice cream.
Yeah, they're two totally different things. It's fairly mid.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion, it's mid.
Have you been to a Crumble Cookies?
Fire. 10 out of 10.
No.
Oh, you're
No.
not a fan? Not a
2
fan.
out of 5.
Get
I was
out
not
of here, bro. No way.
Me and my girlfriend, we went to Crumble Cookies. Bro, first of all, these cookies were the size of Goliath.
Absolutely.
And like it was too much, like way too sweet. Like we got a couple different kinds, and there was one that was like pink icing on it. That one was pretty good.
Yeah.
But there was another one that we had that was like caramel or something, and it was like taking a block of sugar and biting it.
All right, I'll give you that. A lot of their stuff is way too sweet, but whenever you have something like their double chocolate cookie or their standard chocolate chip or even their brownie cookie, those things are superb. I can't have anything with icing on it as is because it is just like a big block of sugar going in your mouth. And especially at a size like that, you got to drink like a cup of black coffee with that.
Yeah.
You can't
just down it.
No.
Dry dog it.
No. You're a sick fucker if you can pull that off.
Hey, I tried the chocolate chip, and my girlfriend, she had it too, but she didn't like it. She said it was too much chocolate.
And a chocolate chip cookie?
I mean, it was a lot of chocolate, bro.
I get it. I do. I get it. See, that's where that fat boy comes out in me a little bit. I like a lot of chocolate, my chocolate chip cookies. That's why I like the double
I mean, I do
chocolate.
too. I like, okay, this or that. Soft cookies or crunchy cookies?
Soft.
Oh,
dude.
Crunchy.
No way.
Crunchy.
May God forgive you, because I will not.
Like Chips Ahoy, we gotta get the blue package. Not the red one.
SMH.
No, don't want the red one.
Do you like dip it in milk and like
let
it soften up a bit?
Or put it in ice cream. Oh.
But you don't like that with the soft one, though, huh?
No, I mean, I'll eat the soft ones, but it's just like, it feels like I'm eating Play-Doh.
Really? So it's more of a texture thing than anything.
I like the soft ones, I do, but it's just like, I could eat like a sleeve of the soft ones, whereas the chunky ones, or the crunchy ones,
yeah,
I feel like I could eat a couple of them and be like satisfied.
Okay, so they go down the hatchet a little too smooth is what you're saying.
Yeah, they do.
They fucking do, bro. All right, so let me ask you this. Oreos or Chips Ahoy?
I've really been on the Chips Ahoy train as of lately.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They are fire.
But Oreos are just too classic, especially if it's double stuffed Oreos. Oh, and the best are the Halloween and Christmas edition, the red and the orange icing.
Ooh, yeah. I really like their birthday cake Oreo.
I'm not sure if I have had that one.
I just like any other pack of Oreos. If I eat one, I'm eating
the whole sleeve.
A whole sleeve, and you know what? Maybe even more
another
than
one.
That. Yeah, with no shame.
No.
I'll look myself in the mirror, still call myself handsome.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, it's.
Oh man.
The sleeves, man. That's like that with cereal too, bro. One bowl after another.
Yeah.
But I don't really eat as much cereal now that I'm older. I just don't.
I used to eat like a bowl or two every Saturday morning with Miley.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, her mama still used to be asleep in bed. We'd wake up. I'd go turn on a little bit of that stupid Cocoa Melon, and we'd eat a bowl or two of cereal. It was.
Well, what kind would you get? This is important.
There's only one correct answer, and that's Fruity Dino Bites.
I've had those.
Love them.
My favorite is probably Reese's Puffs.
Those are fire, actually.
Fire.
Those were one of my favorite kinds. See, but they didn't have a generic kind when I was younger, so we didn't get them.
They had like Count Dracula or something.
I thought that was more like just chocolate cereal.
I'm probably. Are they like a PBR, I think.
That's a freaking
peanut butter Reese. Oh, that is pure shit. There's some type of PB, peanut butter something, PBC, peanut butter chocolate candy or cereal.
I do love cereal. I love cereal with a passion. I really don't eat it as much anymore. I don't know why. I'm just not much of a milk person.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I like to have like hearty meals.
Yes, even if I gotta microwave it, it's still more filling than a bowl of cereal. Because even if you
what is cereal?
Whatever, bro. whatever they put in there. I know a lot of the stuff that America puts in it is way off compared to what other countries put in it. Whatever they put in there, bro. I have no idea. It's probably a little bit of cardboard with some sand and food coloring, all chopped up together with pounds of sugar. I have no idea what the hell is in that, bro. It's about as big of a mystery as a hot dog. No one knows, bro. No one knows.
Yeah, that's funny. Cause the other day I was making a hot dog, and a glizzy, as some might say, and I ate it properly. You know, I did not take it barrel first. Did not take it to the dome bell. I did not do that. But
oh my god.
Nah, so I was making a hot dog the other day, and my mom was like, "Is that because we had a little fire going and invited people, and it was like, are those beef hot dogs?" And I was like, I don't know. I mean, I just picked them up. The Franks is what it says. And she's like, oh well, they put, if it's like pork hot dogs, they put like the feet and the eyes, and I'm like, yeah, like
absolutely,
everyone knows this.
They're
like,
$1.25 for
yeah, and it's $2 for 16. So whatever, I don't care.
Oh, man.
I've been eating hot dogs since I was a kid. So what's the difference now that I know what's in it?
Yeah.
Oh well, I've been eating it my whole life.
That was McDonald's. They came back with having like a part of human flesh in some of their meat.
What?
Yeah, and I still eat it, and I know
McDonald's
that
a lot.
Yeah, it's not something
McDonald's
I'm
is
proud.
definitely my guilty pleasure. Like if I can run to McDonald's, I'm gonna go.
Get some fries and a nice McDouble.
I remember like as kids, it was like a reward to go to McDonald's.
Oh, for
like,
sure, yes.
Here's the prime occasions. You play like a basketball or a football game out of town, and there's only thing on your way home is McDonald's.
Win.
W. Even if you win or lost, at McDonald's hit after a game.
It didn't matter. Absolutely.
Other occasion, your mom pulls you from school for an appointment, and you beg her to take you by McDonald's before you go back to school.
And she does it.
She does it. She does
like
it.
A champ.
There was a few times my mom told me no, but it was just because like we had gone like, because I used to get allergy shots, so we go a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So like she's like, no, like we'll do it next time, but oh man,
this would be the third time this week.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I didn't care.
That's Taco Bell too. Have you seen the way that their meat gets cooked?
Yeah.
It's like little pellets, and then they put it in warm water, and it's confirmed on their website that it causes cancer.
Seriously?
That some of their food, yeah, it's confirmed. You can look it up; it'll say it on there. I'm still tearing it up.
Oh yeah.
Still tearing it up live. Actually, I don't care. I love it. I know it's not good for me, and that's why I don't eat it all the time.
Yep.
But I love it. It's good food.
Yeah, Taco Bell. One time, me and my buddy Taekwon, we went to Taco Bell for our lunch break. This is when I was in Kansas, and we come back to the shop where we were working, and he got a taco from Taco Bell with no meat.
What?
It was.
I'm sorry. What? He just got.
It was a shell of lettuce and cheese, and that was it. And sour cream, but no meat. So like by the time they put in the cheese, the lettuce, and the sour cream, they still didn't realize it was no meat. Then they wrapped it, put it in his bag, and gave it to him with no meat. And he didn't even know until we were like already back at the shop.
I would have been heartbroken.
He was like, I'm never going back here again.
Did he call and say a few choice words?
I don't think he did.
I'll be honest. I thought I ordered 2 Maxi Melt burritos from Taco Bell, and I went all the way back to work. And I noticed they'd only given me 1, so I called him bitching like no other because I was pissed. I had just got back to work. I ordered 2. I wanted to. So they said, okay, come back here and we'll give you another 1 for free. And I said, well, I want 2 if I have to go out of my way. And they said, that's okay. All right, so fine, we'll give you another 1. I looked at my receipt after that I had already went and got the other 2.
You ordered 1?
I only paid for 1.
Oh, no.
I felt so bad.
Well, that's like a genuine mistake, bro. You weren't trying to finesse them. Like,
no,
sometimes it just happens. Like,
I felt like a dumbass. I was like, oh, well, I'm never going back there again.
Out of shame.
Yeah.
There's one time I felt like that. They just built this new car wash in town, and it was one of those drive-through ones.
Okay.
And this is when I had that PT Cruiser.
Ah, the
and
PT.
it's one. Yeah, my first car was a PT Cruiser, and you come up to the thing and you just put your car in neutral and it like rides you through, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my shifter was like messed up. Like it barely worked, dude. Like you had to push it all the way down and then up into the gear that you wanted, like, and you have to jiggle it and I drove an automatic. And you had to get it like, settled in. And so I go into this car wash thing thinking this is a good idea, and I drop it in neutral, like brought it down, put it in neutral, but somehow it kicked back into drive. So I drove like through this car wash that you're supposed to be in neutral on, like knocking into shit. Like the people were running out like, whoa, like put it in neutral. And I was like, I could, it got stuck. So I just, I was like 17. So I just drove through the whole car wash.
Yo,
And I just peeled off.
the PT, bro, was one of the greatest things of all time.
Yeah.
The memories that were made in that car, bro. I love that car with a passion.
It was nice. It was a good little car, bro. It was a good little car.
Bro, it was. Everyone knew exactly who that was. They heard you from a mile away.
I love
That
that PT
stereo
Cruiser,
system
man.
was crazy.
I love that PT Cruiser, man. It was a good car.
It was. It
Took care
really
of me.
was.
Actually, I had the PT Cruiser. I got rid of it. And when I first got to Hawaii, I bought a '07 Ford Fusion.
That's right. You did have that. I forgot about that.
It was a gray car. And it was hilarious because we would just drive it around to, like, that was totally the party car.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, bro. Like, anytime we were going clubbing, we took the Ford. Because it was like an older car. Like, I didn't really care about it. I had it tinted out and my subs were in it. But that was it. Other than that, it was stock. And I put a new radio. But it was just, like, totally the club car, dude. Like, we would take it to the club, take it to parties. People would be like, yo, can I borrow your car? I just toss them the keys. I didn't care. And as long, I mean, of course, like, if it was the homie, you know.
Yes.
Like, the homie would be like, yo, my car's in the shop. I'd be like, say less, bro. Don't say no more. Here, take the keys.
That's a real one.
Yeah.
He the type of guy you need the apartment too. I can go do some shit for a few hours.
Yeah, and I remember there was one time where I got sent to Guam for like 6 months. And so obviously I didn't want to leave my whip just there, sitting there. And so there was this one guy who was about to leave, like, while I was in Guam. So he had already shipped his car from Hawaii to wherever he was going.
Mm-hmm.
So I just gave him my car to drive.
Oh, decent.
So he had a car to drive, and I had someone that was, like, taking care of my car when I was gone. So it was just like a deal.
That's a smart move on both parties, actually.
Exactly, because, like, I need someone to start and drive my car around to keep it up, and he already shipped his car off, so it's perfect.
Needed somewhere to drive. Yep.
He was a good guy, and one time he FaceTimes me, and I'm in Guam. He's like, "Hey," I'm like, "Hey." He's like, "I just got into an accident." He said I got rear-ended or something, and I'm just immediately just like, "Oh my, like, are you kidding me?" Like, well, how bad is it? He brought the car back there. And it was just, like, not that bad, bro. Like, paint scuffs.
Oh, little buff.
Paint scuffs. Buffs, little dents. Nothing crazy. It was still completely attached.
Beautiful.
And I was like, okay, well, who hit you? And he was like, it's some chick. She don't have insurance. I don't even know if she had a license. That's just how it is in Hawaii. Like,
They just don't give a fuck.
they don't care. They'll just do whatever. Jeez. But, I told him, I was like, man, just go. Just drive off.
Yeah.
Like, if it's not that bad and I don't want to deal with this girl who has no insurance, just go.
No reason to ruin her life
Just
or
go.
anything like
No,
that. Drive away.
If she doesn't have insurance, then who's going to pay for my car anyway?
Exactly.
She has no insurance.
Yeah, if she doesn't have insurance, they can take her to court and try to get her to force to pay, but...
She's not going to have that.
Yeah, if she doesn't have insurance, she's
I'm
obviously
sure
not
it was
going to have money
probably like
to
some
do
high
that.
school girl or something.
Stealing
like,
her mom's car for a booze cruise
there's
at
no
night.
way. This was in the broad daylight.
Hey, they're built different out there, man.
True. But I saw him drive away. So I drove that car for a while. That was a good car. Lots of fun in that. And then I got the Charger, which I have now.
She's pretty.
Thank you, brother.
She is. She's pretty.
I put a lot of upgrades into that car. This is my fun car, butterfly doors, 24-inch rims.
Ooh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, put the lights inside, stereos, and all that.
Yo,
It's a good car, man. I like it. It's my car.
It was so hard for me to figure out how to open your door that first
The
time
butterfly
I
door?
got in. Yeah, I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, it's kind of tricky. I mean, you kind of got to get used to it, like, because it's manual, so it's not like a button, but like you open it and you just push it like up and out at an angle, and it just,
Yeah, it was not smooth the first time I did it, but it was beautiful to see it. I got to get experience because, whenever I buy my Bugatti, that's how those doors open up.
dream car.
My dream car?
Yeah,
A Bugatti,
yeah.
for sure. Oh, yeah. There's something about the elegantness that they bring. Like, if you buy one of those cars, they invite you to meetings.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's granted. I don't know what those meetings are about. It's just a bunch of rich people getting together talking about shit.
Making more money.
Exactly. So here's the deal: if I ever get $4.5 million, the first thing I'm doing is just going to Russia, walking in a Bugatti store, and saying, "Look, I know you don't know who I am. Here's the proof that I have the money. I know I can't get the car now. Here's the money. Send me the car. Let me know when the next party is."
Is that how much they cost?
Every bit of $3-4 million cars. Yeah.
Seriously?
100%. It is the one of
3
the
or 4 million?
million. It is one of the biggest flex cars you can own.
Bugatti.
Bugatti.
Oh my gosh.
100%. A little more technical difficulties.
No idea where we were at.
Oh man.
Sometimes it's just how it goes, bro.
It is, man. You can't start off with 100% everything going right from the beginning.
No.
It's not how success stories are built.
Well, what was it I told you earlier today when we were just chilling? It was a quote. It was, the ocean will not always be calm, but you can always be a stronger swimmer.
Yep. It's a beautiful quote. It really is.
Nah.
It's never going to be calm.
Nah.
So you might as well become a stronger swimmer.
I think I saw that on my boy's page. He's like lifter. Real cool dude. I was in the army with him. So I saw him post something like that. Or maybe it was that quote exactly. And I was like, yeah, that's tough.
It's beautiful. I saw a quote that said, "A man who enjoys the walk will walk longer than the man who enjoys the destination."
We'll walk a lot longer.
Will walk a lot longer. So it's like, he may reach the one man may love the destination. He may love the fancy cars, the bad girls,
Okay.
the fast life and everything like that. So he may work very hard to get to that destination, but the man that just loves to walk, he's going to get so much further than that genuine destination.
Oh. Yeah.
He's going to have all that and then some. Instead of having that, he's going to have a $10 million yacht too.
Oh, yeah. No, for sure.
After that, he's going to...
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I seen that. I was just like, that's not too bad.
I remember being in grade school, they had all those inspirational posters everywhere. Like,
oh, yeah.
every mile starts with a step or something like that.
Yep.
It was good. It was good messages for kids, but...
It was cheesy back in the day. I was like, oh, that's fucking
cheesy.
Dumb.
Do you remember that overhead projector they had where they would wheel it in on this cart? And I'm sure if you described this to someone in school today, they would like freak out. But
yes, I remember.
You wheeled
that
it in
now.
on this cart, and you had like the clear sheet that you put on it, and you had to write on it with expo markers. But if you had to keep your fingers out of the way, because it was trying to light up into a mirror onto the board, and it was backwards. And it was weird looking, and I hated it.
I did too.
Like every time, it was fun to go up and like draw on it. Yeah, like because you got to every once in a while.
Yep. Teacher would let you grab your favorite color, write the answer in.
Yep.
Now that I'm older, there was only one time my dad spanked me. He had the things that he enjoyed, and it was his snacks. All right. Now imagine this: you get home from working a 12-hour long shift. Your kids are screaming at you. Your wife's mad at you because you still got stuff you need to do around the house, and it just hasn't been done yet because you don't have time. and these kids just eat your only snack, the only thing that's getting you going throughout that day. Yes, and these assholes who just have to sit in AC room schools all day ate it.
You did that?
I did do that.
To your dad? How could you?
Now that I'm older, I don't understand how I could have done that to him. But back in the day, kids are selfish. Bro. Kids are selfish.
They're kids.
They have to be selfish. That's how they survive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're smarter than they'll let on.
They for sure are. Yes, they.
You would know.
Are. Yeah. Miley's 2 years old now, and she's a genius. She understands what she can and can't get away with by a simple smirk, laugh, or cry. And sometimes it's super difficult to keep a straight face when she does something I know is genuinely hilarious, but I can't allow her to do that. It's hard. It's hard. That's the things that people don't explain about being an adult. That is the most difficult part about it.
So what would you say some things you've learned from being a parent? Or just like an experience or a fun time?
Story. You gotta learn to have a lot of patience. Sometimes kids, you gotta understand that they don't understand everything. They're just as scared as you are frustrated. You gotta have patience with them because they're new to all this. So even though they're pointing out the same thing 10 million times in excitement, and you're like, oh my God, we just did this for 2 hours yesterday. It's still brand new to them. So, you gotta have that same excitement as you did yesterday and have that patience to work with them. A lot of people don't understand how much patience you really need as a kid. You can't have a fast-paced life and do all this crazy stuff with kids. You got to take it a little slow. You got to go around the curves a bit slower. You just got to learn to find the happiness in the small things, too. That's probably the best advice that I've learned since being a father. You just got to find the little things in life that you enjoy and learn to be a lot more patient.
Wow.
Yeah. And cut drugs out and drinking. It's not good for you. It's not good for the kids to be around it whenever you're super young, But toddler ages, whenever they're a little bit more cognitively there, it's all right. Because, you're going to be up 23 out of the 24 hours of the day, and you don't need to be under the influence of anything at that point. You're going to be tired and angry because you're tired and hungry and have piss all over you or poop all over you because your kid's peeing and pooping all the time. Yeah, so, cut all that stuff out and just be patient.
I feel like the work of being a parent is kind of underestimated. No. Because you don't think so?
No.
I mean, I feel like it doesn't give as much credit as it should, is what I'm saying.
It's for sure a job. If there's a stay-at-home parent, it's for sure a job. There's no taking away from that. But I don't think it's... Actually, maybe it is undercredited. I think a lot of people undervalue how serious it is to have a stay-at-home parent because, in all honesty, if they're going to school, 8 hours of their time they're being influenced by something. If, you are working a nighttime job, there's another 4 or 5 hours that a TV is influencing them. So you only have like an hour to legitimately influence your kids because they still got to have another 8 hours to sleep.
So you think quality time is like top tier priority?
For sure. I think that's why there's so many lost kids of today. It's just because they haven't had that time to bond and genuinely connect with a real human being and sit down and get to understand their parents and their parents understand them. They're just being raised by a screen or people who could be feeding them bullshit in school. I know everybody's not like that, but it's very much happening.
I remember when the iPhone first came out. I remember when Siri first came out.
Bro, it was like this.
Remember the iPod Touch, the iPod Shuffle or Nano or whatever it was?
Life-changing moments, man.
It was like literally nothing.
We're the same age as Google.
Are we?
Pretty damn close. I think we might be a year younger or a year older. Yo, we called it like a mother. That's funny.
Sometimes you just don't know.
That's true. So I guess since we're in our wrap-up phase, let me ask you this. How was your first podcast being on this side?
Oh, it's fine, man. I mean, like I said, I'm normally the one behind the camera. But doing this is fun. I used to run a podcast specifically towards Star Wars, but I kind of stopped doing it. And back then, I had one camera, which was a GoPro. I had a computer and a USB microphone. And that was it. That was my whole entire setup. Now I have, like, you know, obviously the better stuff. But
It's tough.
That USB microphone, I had a blue Snowball Ice, and that carried me.
Yeah.
For years. For years.
It's crazy how far technology has come along just in the short
Oh, I
period
know.
that all of this GoPro stuff started to come out.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
It is.
I mean, GoPros are in itself are pretty cool.
They are. They're pretty unique devices that have taken the video world into new places like no other. Without that, you probably wouldn't have half your vlog stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you wouldn't have half your documentaries or any. Well, I guess that's more like big camera type stuff. Pretty much just vlogs and whatnot.
Well, Ryan, it's been a pleasure having you on.
It has been a pleasure.
Thank you for having a conversation with me.
Yes.
Or some coffee.
Yes.
In front of the lights, camera, action. First time.
It was the first time. It was a great time, actually.
Good time. Yeah, I'll have to do this again. You'll have to come back on the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be moving around a lot more, going to different places, so it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, I really appreciate you having me on, brother.
All right, Mr. Hermon.
Cough drop.
Peace.